Hello, hello, check 1 2, 1 2 3, check, check, check. Can you hear me? I'm apparently not signed in to chat on my own stream. Wait. I know somebody's watching. I see. Oh man, it's making me do two-step verification. One second. There we go. Hello, 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 hello. Can you hear me? I have no way of knowing if you can hear me or not, I think. Check 1 2. Okay, I think you can hear me because I just tried to check it on my own computer. Okay. Hello, everybody. Hi. Um, so I obviously, like many people in the arts community, was not super thrilled about the way that tonight's political event went. Um, and I really didn't know what to do with myself. I just could not go to bed. So I impulsively started a live stream because that's what YouTubers do. Um, and and I'm gonna write a song because I don't know. I have to write a song. And this song is gonna be about the thing that was the most surprising to me about the feelings I was feeling in response to this election because I knew, right, that obviously if the candidate I believed in was to lose, I knew I would feel disappointment. If the candidate that I really believe is a serious threat to me and many people I love, if he won, I was going to be very upset. But there were other emotions that I didn't anticipate feeling. One of those emotions was that I saw his victory speech that he gave, and everyone was cheering and everybody was so happy. And whenever they would call a state in favor of red, there would be people going off in the comments being like, "Yeah, Trump, let's go. Let's vote red. We can do it." And I don't know. There's a rhetoric on the left, and there's a similar rhetoric on the right that is like the people on the other side of the aisle are monsters. The people on the other side of the aisle aren't human beings. And I think the reality of the situation is actually much more nuanced than anybody on either side of the aisle is giving it credit for. So I'm writing a song about that moment where I watched these people cheer. And I'm calling it They Were Cheering. And I've written like a verse and a half of the lyrics and a little piano melody. And I'm going to finish the song on live stream. So come hang out if you're awake. Also, this is beer fueled. This is my second beer. It's that kind of a night. Say hi in the chat if you're on the chat. Although I don't know how to see the chat. Where's the chat? There it is. I see it now. Why can't I get the chat to stay open when I click off? Maybe I'll go here. Anyway, say hi, chat members, if you're in the chat. All right, let me play you what I've got so far, and you can also let me know if you hear it too. Docs menu. Okay, let's write a song. Ready? Let's find out if you can hear when I play the piano. That looks like you can hear it on my end. Maybe I'll make it even quieter so that you can hear it. Let me check if you can hear it. Okay. I just listened to the stream, so it sounds like it's sounding good. So I'm gonna write this song. It's called They Were Cheering, and it's about the fact that I think America and Western society and the world is much less divided than we all think we are. And all of these situations are so much more nuanced than we're giving them any credit for. This is the piano part that I wrote. Gonna make those notes a little bit softer. So trying to just make something very calm, very reflective, but also those tiny little elements of harmony where something isn't quite right. If it was 100% normal standard harmony, I would not really feel like I was expressing the kind of feeling of uncertainty that I felt. Let me record some vocals here. They were cheering. That's what I don't understand. They were cheering, and something about it was grand. They were throwing around phrases like history, freedom, and triumph, and God. I thought it was odd. Ooh, there might be too much reverb on that. They were cheering. Whoa, way too much. That sounds horrible. Understand. Cheering. That's what I don't. They were cheering. That's what I don't understand. They were cheering. There we go. They were cheering. That's what I don't understand. They were cheering. That's what I don't understand. They were cheering, and something about it was grand. They were throwing around phrases like history, freedom, and triumph, and God. I thought it was odd. I'm gonna do one more take of this actually. Sometimes I like to have a separate track where I just record and then I can... Ooh, I don't know how to type. Sometimes I have a separate track where I can just record and then I move the clips from that recording track into the other tracks where they belong. And that allows me to kind of put the tracks exactly where they need to be, like I'm doing a little puzzle. I'm going to turn you this way a bit so that you can see me better. There we go. Oops. That was where it was supposed to come in. I'm also going to move the BGs because I don't want to get rid of the BG defaults that I have set up because I may have some BG vocals, some background vocals, but I'm not going to add them yet. They were cheering. That's what I don't understand. They were cheering, and something about it was grand. They were throwing around phrases like history, freedom, and triumph, and God. I thought it was odd. Around phrases like history, freedom, and triumph, and God. I thought it was odd. I think I can do that better. They were throwing around phrases like history, freedom, and triumph, and God. Gotta add a fade before, at the beginning and then at the end of the vocal take. Like that. Shoops. They were cheering. That's what I don't understand. They were cheering, and something about it was grand. They were throwing around phrases like history, freedom, and triumph, and God. Let me also fix the compressor on that. I think they were cheering. I don't think we need two compressors. It was grand. They were throwing around phrases like history, freedom, and triumph, and God. Excuse me. Phrases like history, freedom, and triumph, and God. History, freedom, and triumph, and God. Phrases like history, freedom, and triumph, and God. I thought it was odd. Hi, by the way, say hi in the chat if you're watching. I'm looking at the chat, so if you're here hanging out with me, I would love to know about it. Phrases like history, freedom, and triumph. Ooh, I need to make that blend better because it is very obvious that that's two different takes right now. To fix that. History, freedom, and triumph, and God. It's like history, freedom, and triumph. That's better. And God. That's better. I like that better. Around phrases like history, freedom, and triumph, and God. It's not perfect, but hello, Machala. Is that right, or is it Machala? Is it a CH as in chair, or CH as in like Hebrew, like chala? Freedom and triumph and God. I thought they were cheering, and something about it was grand. They were throwing around phrases like history, freedom, and triumph. Oh, Michaela. So I was super wrong. Well, thanks for being here. How has your night been? Phrases like history, freedom, and triumph, and God. Okay, so I have a bit of the next verse. I have to figure out what it's going to be. The idea that I have for the song is basically, it starts out with like, they were cheering. I don't get why they were cheering for something that I think is so terrible. That's the thing about this election, these election results that kind of floored me, was that it made so many people so happy. There were 64 million people who were all overjoyed about something that to me is a disaster, and that's fascinating to understand how many people there are out there who are different than me makes me question everything I believe in, right? And I think it's always good to question the things you believe in. So I think it's a net good experience that I'm having in this 2 hours. I don't think it's a net good that, you know, whoever's going to be in whatever position, but I think that it's a net good that I'm having this experience. And so that's kind of what I want to sing about, because I could sing about the fact that I don't, you know, agree with whoever's policies, but that would make for a boring song. Songs should be about human feelings, especially ones that aren't rational. And so it starts with, they were cheering. I don't understand how they could cheer for something that I think was terrible. And then it ends with, you know, maybe the world isn't going to burn. Maybe I feel this despair because my team lost, but the other team doesn't feel the same way. You know, other people don't feel the same way that I do. And that's what the song is going to be about. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing, right? Like that's what it's all kind of, that's what I'm experiencing. That's what I'm learning, I think, from this, from watching that victory speech, because there were people who were just celebrating when Trump won, and there must be something in their lives that makes them feel like their lives are going to be a lot worse under Democratic leadership. I can't imagine what that is, but there must be, right? Or they wouldn't be cheering like that. And so I think it's so important to wonder, like, put yourself in their shoes and be like, what are they experiencing? What is the world that they live in? How do they see the world? And it's really hard to do that. And so that's why I'm writing this song about, basically, I think that's the heart of the song, is it's so hard to do that. It's so hard to, like, to see people you disagree with on basic issues, whether the people you love should be allowed to live their lives the way that they want to live their lives. That's what this election is about for me. And people who disagree with me on that, people who say that the trans people I love should be forced to live in a way that is just not who they are, and are denied medical care. And same with the people I know who can get pregnant and can't access abortions. These are things that are important. Not that I should be talking about this on a YouTube live, because YouTube flags, controversial topics, but like, that's what this election is about to me. And yet there are people who disagree with me. That they want... There's no way 50+% of a nation of many millions are trolls or anarchists. Exactly. So the assumption has to be that they want or have hope for their family and loved ones. That's exactly the thing. And it's very difficult for me to wrap my mind around it. And so that's why I'm writing this song. And something about it was... So the song ends with, they were cheering just like I would have done, like any person, if my side had won. It was grand. They were throwing around phrases like history, freedom, and triumph, and God. I thought it was odd. I like that chord. What if it is that chord? Let me see what that... It's like a B... No, this is A flat, F. Yum. It's odd. They were cheering. Yeah, thank you for saying that, Michaela. I really agree. The third take. Which take? The third take of me singing, or the third hot political take that I gave? It was odd. Okay, what chords do I actually have here? I've got... Thanks, Michaela. Your political takes are all good. So I'm trying to figure out how to develop the chords that I did in the first verse for the second verse. I had them here, like, just one note, kind of in the mid-range of the piano in the left hand, and then the right hand was this, that figure. figure. And the left hand kind of went between A flat and F. So I'm trying to figure out how I want to develop that. Like maybe I move the right hand down the octave and then it becomes like a... And I can add some color notes like a G. I like that. There's a lot of tension in that. That kind of shows, you know, these are both major thirds. They're different. They're in conflict with each other, but really, they're both major thirds. They're both the same. And that's obviously a metaphor for, I don't know, political divides and stuff. And we're going to pick up the tempo a little bit too. That's what this... That's the right hand part. I'm going to quantize it and add some pedal to it, and I'm going to do that for basically all the piano parts. Hi everybody, by the way, if you're just joining us, welcome. I'm writing a song in response to the election because I couldn't sleep. So I'm getting, you know, into my studio and doing exactly what I do when I'm stressed about something or when I'm feeling a big emotion, but I'm doing it on live stream for all of your enjoyment. I'm also enjoying a beer. So crack open a cold one if that's your thing. Basically, the point of the song, if you're just joining us, I'm having a really hard time processing the fact that the people who disagree with me on so many issues are celebrating the victory of their candidate the exact same way that I would have celebrated the victory of mine if mine had won. And it just, to me, illuminates the shared humanity underneath all of this, and the fact that even though we disagree on so many things that are so important, I think the country, Western society at large, the world at large, is not as divided as people think, and we are all still all the same. And that's kind of the heart of the song. It's called They Were Cheering. And this is what I have so far. It's like a verse and very little more than a verse, basically, right now. Drop a comment in the chat, by the way, if you're watching. I would love to meet you all. I don't understand. Michaela and I had some good chats in the chat. And something about it was grand. They were throwing around phrases like history, freedom, and triumph, and God. I thought it was odd. I'm gonna blend those tempos together a little bit more so it's not so jarring when we hit that 68 BPM here. Gonna add a left hand. The left hand will be... Oops. It's hard to stay in time when the time changes and you don't have a metronome clicking. Wait, let me get the metronome back. I like that. Both of them are sevenths. One of them is resolving, one of them isn't. This is a seventh that resolves. This is a seventh that doesn't. Putting them together. Hi, Reese. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for watching. You're living on the other side of the world. Where are you living? Cheering, that's what I don't understand. They were cheering, and something about it was grand. Cheering, and something about it was grand. Okay, so I actually had another bar that was basically the same here, and then so I'm basically just trying to develop the same chord progression that I used in the first verse and just kind of repeat the same chord progression but embellish it a little bit more, move it down the octave, add some more moving parts in the arrangement. All the way in the Philippines. Well, that's why you're awake. I'm awake because I couldn't sleep. I should be asleep right now. It's 4:30 a.m. for me, but I'm not asleep. Oops. What have I done? Yeah, there we go. Oh, what did I just play? What did I just play? Damn it! Wait, maybe I can hear it on my own live stream. Wait. Ooh, that feels like uncertainty to me. Shoot. Supposed to play all those notes at the same time. There we go. Hello, by the way, if you're just joining us. Welcome. We're getting a few more viewers. Come hang out with us. I'm as Reese has said in the chat. as is to be expected, I can't really sleep after those election results. But the thing is that, like, I knew I would be disappointed if my candidate lost, but I didn't know that I would feel this kind of weird sense of, like, half the world is living in a totally different world than I am, and I want to connect to them. Like, it's a really weird feeling that I'm feeling right now. Because I just thought there was just no way that the election was going to go the way that it went, and I was wrong, you know? Like, my worldview is not 100% right. So I'm making art. I'm making art to express it all. Okay, what did I do back here again? Oh, I went, That'll be what I'll do here this time. Again, embellishing in the second verse, adding more notes, more movement in the accompaniment, while keeping the same basic chord progression so that it sounds like a repeat of the same stuff. Let's listen to what we've got so far, the second verse, and then we'll see where we want to go after that. They were cheering. They were cheering. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What happened there? What happened? I think it was supposed to loop here. but then it joined as a full region? I don't understand. That sounds good. I thought it was odd. But then there, you and I. What did I do in the first verse again? I'm gonna check the chords. And something about it was grand. They were throwing around. So I did this like stacked fourths thing in the first verse. How can I develop that in the second verse? Let me see. We just got out of this thing, this like D flat on the bottom. I kind of want to go take that G sharp at the top and resolve it up. And then on the bottom here, I've got this thing that is going to resolve to... Hi Andrew, how you doing? Nah, that's too much. Something crunchy like that. Yeah, living the dream, living the dream. Doesn't super feel that way tonight. This song basically is a response. I don't know how long you've been lurking, but the idea is that I my candidate lost tonight, and I am obviously disappointed, but the thing that's a little bit more surprising to me is the way that the people on the quote unquote other side are reacting. Everyone is cheering, everyone is hugging their loved ones, being like, this means we get to survive, this means we get to live. And I just, it's so fascinating to me how people can live in two completely different worlds where two completely different sets of things are true, and who am I to say that my truth is more true than theirs? And so it's very nuanced. And watching the victory speech, watching everybody cheer at the Trump headquarters when they announced, that he had won Pennsylvania, like, it really kind of shifted my perspective on a lot of things. So that's what this song is going to be about. Right now I'm just trying to find some juicy chords for it, though. You're in Australia, no way. That's what I get for streaming at 5 a.m. my time. Is everyone is everyone is either in Australia or the Philippines. Hey, that's awesome. That means that people where it's 5 a.m. are asleep, which they should be at 5 a.m. Except for me, I'm awake because I couldn't sleep, and I'm not gonna be able to sleep until I get this song done because I know myself. They were cheering. Whoa, what just happened visually there? They were cheering. They were cheering. It made all his people so glad. They were cheering. I thought we all knew it was bad. But then there he was standing, a man with his family, a man that my people call weird. His people cheered, is what I want to say. Southern Hemisphere crew. I thought we all knew it was bad. But then there he was standing, a man with his family, a man that my people call weird. And then here I can go to a different place, like a... Oh, yeah. Man that my people call weird. Oops, wait. Weird. Yeah. Milk the hell out of the word cheered. I totally agree. Um, I like the rhyme that I found between weird and cheered. That feels clever to me. Weird. Man that my people call weird. Although it's not technically a perfect rhyme, I think, maybe. Weird, cheered. Like, do we say those the same? Weird, cheered. I think it's close enough. Man that and it's unexpected, right? Because the anytime you have a rhyme where the two words sound the same, but they're spelled totally differently, like something in the brain, it feels unexpected. Like suffer and tougher. Double meaning of cheered. Double meaning? What's the other meaning? Cheered? Ah, yes. But then there he was standing, a man with his family. That's the thing. I don't feel very cheered right now. They do. But this is the point, is that I would have felt cheered, and I would have cheered had my candidate won in exactly the same way that they're doing. Like, they feel the exact same way, and the stakes are exactly as high for them as they are for me, and that's just mind-boggling to me. But then there he was standing, a man with his family, a man that my people call weird. I think I want to shorten this. I think I want it to go here, get rid of that, and then get rid of all of this so that I can resolve before the bars are up. Because this is going to be an 8-bar phrase here. People call weird. I just finished there, so that resolves naturally to this. That's kind of crazy. Should I do that? I like that actually. Yeah, you're so right, Andrew. It's 5 a.m. I can go crazy. It's bad. But then there he was standing, a man with his family, a man that my people call weird. His people cheered. Here's the real question, do I sing that chromatic melody? His people cheered. Or do I sing a harmony to it? And then my people call weird. And his people cheered. A man with his family, a man that my people call weird. And his people cheered. And his people. There he was standing, a man with his family, a man that my people call weird. And his people. Ooh, a pause. That sounds fun. And his people. A man with his family, a man that my people call weird. Yeah, let's slow it down too. Let's. His people. And that my people call weird. And his people call weird. And his people cheered. A man that my people call weird. Mm. Mm. Hey, thanks. That's totally the intention, Andrew. It's like that feeling of time slowing down and that feeling of like you're reflecting on something that you've never reflected on before. Something is happening that's so huge, but it doesn't feel huge. It just feels like a still moment. Uh-oh, what happened? Wait. I do write for musical theater. That's my vibe. Like I'm a total musical theater dude. This is weird. Why when I set it to eighth triplets is it not tripleting properly? Man that my people call weird. Man that my people call weird. A man that my people call weird. A man that my people call weird. Okay. Yeah, so I guess you must have seen my videos and stuff then if you know. I don't know what happened to the quantizing. Man, like Logic has been giving me a lot of kind of glitchy problems recently. I think since the update. Like, why is it doing that to me right now? I don't want dun 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 dun. I want dun 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 dun. They were cheering. That's what I don't understand. Am I gonna have to re-record this whole thing? Hi, Calvin. How you doing? What the heck is happening? Does anybody know? Does anybody use Logic? Why is it doing this? They were cheering. They were cheering. That's what I don't understand. Yeah, see, what is that? Why are they all uneven now? They were cheering. That's like, why is it dun 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 dun? I definitely didn't play it that way. Oh, Minecraft. were cheering. Oh, did this work? Nope, it didn't. They were cheering, and something about it was grand. They were throwing around phrases like history, freedom, and triumph, and God. I thought it was odd. They were cheering, it made all his people so glad. They were cheering, I thought we all knew it was bad. But then there he was standing, a man with his family, a man that my people call weird. The Minecraft music does slap, that's true. Okay, I'm gonna take off. What is happening right now? Like, why are... They were cheering. That's what I don't understand. They were cheering, and something about it was grand. They were throwing around phrases like history, freedom, and triumph, and God. I thought it was odd. Apparently they want me to set it to... They were cheering. It made all his people... I found it. There we go. They were cheering. Yes, well that's the emotional explanation that I would come up with for it being out of time, but also it just doesn't sound good. And so as a composer, you want to figure out kind of the happy balance there. Here, now it sounds good. Okay, oh my god, I was getting frustrated for a second. This sounds good. They were cheering. That's what I don't understand. They were cheering, and something about it was grand. They were throwing around phrases like history, freedom, and triumph, and God. I thought it was odd. They were cheering. You could hear my bench creaking there. It made all his people so glad. They were cheering. I thought we all knew it was bad. But then there he was standing, a man with his family, a man that my people call weird. Yeah, I'm so glad that you're hopping on the piano as well. All his people so glad. They were cheering. Also, why isn't it holding when I want it to hold? Like, cheering. It made all his people so glad. Oh, I know why. They were cheering. It made all his people so glad. They were cheering. Nope, I don't know why. It made all his people so good. Where's the short note? Tell me where the short note is here. Why is it going ba ba da da? We're cheering. Like, why is it hitting it like that? That's so weird. Is it here that's happening? Cheering. We're cheering. It's still doing it a little bit. Kind of weird.
They were cheering. I thought we all knew it. They were cheering.
To be honest, Andrew, I'm still kind of at that phase myself. Like when I sit down at the piano, there's like a series of like 2 little riffs that I know how to play really, really well. That I'm always, the first thing I do when I sit down at the piano, especially when I'm sitting at a new piano, is like a, just because I know how to play that riff. And so I just sit down and play that over and over. And then the other one is like, one of them is Marry Me a Little from Company.
Cheering, it made all his people so glad. They were cheering. I thought we all knew it was bad. But then...
Also, I've been finding the new update sometimes deletes my loops. Like this one I had, like this, split, and then looped here so that this bar was the same, bar 45 was the same as bar 41.
It made all his
Thanks,
people
Andrew.
so glad. They were cheering. I thought we all knew it was bad. But then there he was.
You should get back to it, Reese. It's really fun.
A man that my people call weird. Man that my people call weird. And his people cheered. And his people cheered.
Halfway from Amélie. I don't know that one. I know a few songs from Amélie, but I don't know that one. I know, Where Do We Go From Here? And obviously Times Are Hard for Dreamers. It's only in the... Which interval? This one, the...
Cheered. And his people cheered.
Okay, I have to go somewhere totally different now. This is kind of where the B section feels like it wants to start. Like...
Cheered.
Oh yeah, like silence, but not really silent. Na 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 na. Yeah, it's got the same kind of like do re mi do re mi. Something like that. Mm-hmm.
cheered, cheered. Cheered, cheered.
Mm, mm. Cheered. Tail. Is that where I want to go melodically? Do I want to jump up? Kind of my default mode is to just jump to the highest notes on the scale that I can reach, so maybe we avoid that this time.
His people cheered, cheered.
They seem so happy.
His people cheered.
They seem so happy. They seem so happy. They seem so happy.
Cheered.
They were so happy. They were so happy. Also, why does it sound like 8-bit here? I think it's because there's no pedal. Yeah, well, the pedal doesn't even cut out. Man, like, this new thing is so weird. Like, they've got a... This update's been giving me a lot of trouble. They were so happy. They were so happy. So happy. Maybe though. World isn't going to burn.
Cheered.
They seem so happy. Maybe happy. Maybe the.
Cheered.
They seem so happy. Maybe the world isn't going to burn.
Cheered.
They seem so happy. Maybe the world isn't going to burn. They seem so happy. That's interesting. Oh.
seem so happy, maybe the world isn't going to burn. The world isn't going to burn. The world isn't going to burn. Burn.
And we'll slow that down too. Oops.
Maybe the world isn't going to burn.
That's not what I want. I want that crunchy chord to go away there and then resolve to the consonant chord.
Maybe the world isn't going to burn.
They seem so happy. I got kind of creative with that melody, but that works for me.
Happy, maybe the world isn't going to burn.
They seem so happy. Maybe there's something to learn.
They seem so happy. Maybe there's something to learn.
I like that. I like that a lot. That's very interesting. Like that, like, it's kind of the same, like, sequence of notes, like semitone, tone, tone. Oh, wait, you can't hear it. Wait. Woo. It's kind of the same sequence of notes, but it starts out here, like... And then... World isn't going to burn. And then it's there as well. And then... It's here as well. And then... It's down there. So it's the same, like... The same sequence of notes, like, interval-wise, just starting in different places in the scale. So the melody, even though it kind of wanders all over the map in terms of key center, in terms of range, in terms of all of that, it feels connected because there's that one musical idea that connects it all. I find that quite satisfying, actually. I'm happy with that. I like it a lot.
You seem so happy. Maybe there's something to learn.
Slow it down a bit more.
Maybe there's something to learn. Maybe there's something to learn.
Also, you can hear my bench creak there, so I'm going to take that out.
Maybe there's something to learn.
Haha, I truly can't tell if the character believes the words they're saying yet. Well, that's awesome, because I'm the character and I can't really tell if I believe the words I'm saying or not. So that's great. That's perfect. Oops. Oh, that's I wrote a little piano piece as well while I was kind of stressed out. Do you want to hear it? I'll play it for you. I'll play the recording. This is just a solo piano piece from earlier tonight. And while this is playing, I'm actually going to go get myself another drink. Because it's that kind of night. Woohoo!
They were cheering, that's what I don't understand. They were cheering, and something about it was grand. They were throwing around phrases like history, freedom, and triumph, and God.
This song is really saying I need a hug right now. You could not be more correct. You could not be more correct.
It made all his people so glad.
Cheers to that.
They were cheering. I thought we all knew it was bad. But then there he was standing, a man with his family.
Thanks, Reese. I really appreciate you saying that. Yeah. It is very anxious and uncertain. Like I'm very anxious and uncertain.
Cheered. They seemed so happy. something to learn. They were cheering. They were cheering.
I love the kind of open fourths sound where we're stacking fourths on top of each other. Like this is a fourth, this is a fourth, this is a fourth, and that's a fourth, and that's a fourth. Like that sound. Maybe that's one too many, but 5 fourths on top of each other. I really like that sound for this song especially, because there is something very ambivalent about it. There is something uncertain. Something that, like, this is a sad moment. This is a disappointment. This is something that we all were hoping... Well, not we all. That's the point. That we all, as in my group of friends, as in the echo chamber that I surround myself with, we were all helping this. No, yeah. Suggest things. Give me some ideas. Yeah, I wanna totally collab. Just know that you're not getting any royalties.
They seem so happy. Maybe there's something to learn. His family, a man that my people call weird, and his people cheered. They seem so happy. Maybe the world isn't going to burn. They
Exactly,
so
Kelvin,
happy.
exactly.
Maybe there's something to learn.
Like back here, this one?
They were cheering.
No, even earlier, it's here.
They were cheering, and something about it was grand. They were throwing around.
See, like, and the reason I picked the G in the first place even is like because it wants to resolve to the F. Do you know what I mean? Like the F, it actually fits better in the chord. So your ear is exactly right there, right? Like grand. And even that tension and release would be really, really satisfying. But I'm not sure that I want to give us, as the listeners, a release there. Like, there's something about singing a note that feels kind of wrong on the word "something is so grand about this man's victory." Exactly. Well, that's the thing. That's I think in a lot of ways a good I think in a lot of ways a good composition, a good musical composition is a lot like a tease. Because you're holding out for that resolution. Same with a good story, you know? A good composition is a good story. A good story is well composed. That's why composition in music works so well as a storytelling technique. That's why musical theater is so good and such an underappreciated art form, is because it's all about holding out that tension until you give the release. If you give the release too soon, it's not as powerful. There's a reason that the high F in Defying Gravity in Wicked is so powerful and so amazing. And it's not just because it's a hard note to hit. It's because she sang the whole song already. And then at the end, finally, we get that big release, that big note. It's all about tension and release. It's all about teasing. So I'm glad you feel teased.
They were cheering. That's what I don't understand. They were cheering, and something about it was grand.
What I do think, though, is I shouldn't vibrato it. Like, thanks, Calvin. Maybe I will. I'll take that into consideration. I'll take that under advisement. I Hey, and listen. Like, please continue to make suggestions, because if I vibe with the suggestion, then I'll do it. And if I don't vibe with the suggestion, I'll tell you exactly why. Like, I really believe in having a really good reason for everything you do compositionally. So I feel like I can, like, back you up, like back up the decisions. Bye, Kelvin. See you at Hamilton class. I'm so glad you're coming. Starting on Sunday. I'm really looking forward to it. We're gonna look at some rap music. We're gonna look at some music from Act 1, and then we're gonna look at some music from Act 2. So it's gonna be a really exciting class. I'm super pumped for it.
And they were cheering, and something about it was grand.
I think it's gonna be better now that I'm not vibratoing it, because that's gonna bring out the dissonance a little bit more.
They were cheering, and something about it was grand. They were throwing around.
Yeah, I'm doing a whole class over at thebroadwaymaven.com. Link in the description. Just kidding. No, it's not in the description. Can I put it in the description? I wonder if I can edit the description. I'll put it in the chat, actually. I can do that. Thebroadwaymaven.com. Send. If you go there, there's a whole class you can sign up for that's going to be me teaching kind of a 3-part deep dive study. You're so real for that, Andrew. Yeah, it is so hard to resist the vibe to vibrato. If you go to that link, there's a 3-part study every Sunday for the next 3 Sundays on the music and the background of Hamilton. So we're going to be looking at some rap music in week 1 and drawing parallels between rap music and the score of Hamilton, because largely the audience of the Broadway Maven, you'll never guess, they're largely Broadway people. And so they understand the Broadway side of Hamilton, but Hamilton is so famous because it melds the Broadway with the rap. And so we're going to be looking at some of the rap. And then in the second week, we're going to go through the music of Act 1 and analyze some of that, find the motifs and everything. And then in the third week, we're going to be going through the music of Act 2. So it's going to be really fun. I love the Broadway Maven. Like, they hire me to teach classes and co-host some sessions when they run stuff. It's run by this guy, David Benkoff, who's great and very, like, well connected and very well educated. And so it's a really awesome kind of community.
And they were cheering, and something about it was grand. They were throwing around phrases like history, freedom, and triumph, and God. I thought it was odd. They were throwing around phrases like history, freedom, and triumph, and God. I thought it was odd. Throwing around phrases like history, freedom, and
Hello, by the way. If you're just joining us, welcome. I'm writing a song based on my feelings about the election results. Specifically, not just the fact that I'm disappointed that my candidate lost, because of course we're always, feeling disappointed when our candidate loses, but it's about the feeling I felt when I watched him give his victory speech, and I watched all of those people in his headquarters like crying with joy and overwhelmed with triumph and pride in this thing that I think is so dangerous and horrible. But who am I to say that I know what is objectively true when so many people, 64 something million people, have decided that this is what they want to vote for? I think it's my responsibility to give that a little bit of attention, try to understand what it's like to be in their shoes and where they're coming from and why they feel the way they do, rather than just something that I think both sides of the aisle are doing right now politically, is just dismissing the other side completely as monsters when they're not. They're human beings. And there's 64 million human beings who voted for this person. And so even though I think that that person is a monster, obviously it's not that simple. And so that's what this song is about, basically. It's called They Were Cheering. And if you're just joining us, please, jump in the chat. We're having a lot of interesting conversations. The Ben Platt tweet: my vocal engineer asking for less vibrato and more straight tone. I'm like, sir, I am gay. That's so funny. It's 100% true. When you listen to Ben Platt's album, especially Reverie, I find is his most produced. It sounds his most produced, and a lot of that is 100% straight tone, and it's because it's a lot easier to edit in audio when you're not straight toning, because the waveforms themselves are more uniform. They're more, believe it or not, straight. And so when you're using a lot of vibrato, it's hard to edit that without it sounding weird. But if you don't use vibrato, it's easier. I'll give you an example, actually. Ready? I can turn the pitch correction just for fun. I have it on 122 right now, which is kind of very low. It's just a very slight pitch correction. But I can turn it to 0 milliseconds, which is an instant response. So immediately it's going to correct the pitch, and you're going to hear how drastic that sounds. And I'll sing a note. I'll sing it in straight tone first. And now I'll sing it in vibrato. Now listen to the difference. Ready? That sounds pretty normal. But listen to how much autotune is on that, actually. Can you hear how... Oh, wait. Why did the pitch correction go back to 122? Wait, this is what it's supposed to sound like. Do you hear how weird that sounds? That sounds pretty good. The onset is rough. There's a little and then it hits the straight tone. But as soon as the straight tone hits, it sounds exactly or almost exactly like a natural vocal. And now I'll sing it in vibrato. But that vibrato sounds messed up. And that's basically why an audio engineer would want you to... But that's so funny that Ben Platt tweeted that. I 100% believe that he would tweet that too. That makes a lot of sense based on what I know about him. That's somebody I would love to meet. I would love to hang out with Ben Platt. I feel like he's a really good hang.
Seem so happy. Maybe there's something to learn.
Share, eat your heart out.
Do you believe in love and love? Maybe there's something to learn.
Kind of want to slow this down more.
You seem so happy.
Maybe there's something to learn. This up here at the top is the tempo graph, so I can edit the tempo of it just by moving the points on this
so
graph.
Happy.
There we go. That's how it's supposed to sound. Yeah, baby. And we'll also quantize it so that the left and right hands are together. Yeah, I'm pretty lucky to be living where I am. I'm in a basement, and so no one's around to hear. So I can sing pretty loud in this space and not wake anybody up. Yeah, but pretty soon I'm gonna move to New York City. If I'm still allowed as an immigrant from Canada, but with a name like Mateo Eduardo Chavez Lewis. I don't know if the new president is gonna be all down with me coming to the States. But if I come to the States, I'm going to be in a tiny little shoebox apartment in New York, and I'm not going to be able to do these 6 a.m. live streams. Tipsy Piano Basement Dweller. I don't know what you're talking about.
Happy, maybe the world isn't going to burn. They seem so happy.
Maybe there's something to learn.
They seem so happy.
Maybe there's something to learn. Maybe there's something to learn. There's something to learn. Something to learn. I something is always a red flag for me. That lyric, something, is always a red flag. Because something is fundamentally an unspecific word, and lyric writing is fundamentally at its best when it's the most specific. Like, the great songs of all time are not songs that are super general and unspecific, you know? Like it wasn't like, well, I've heard there was something that someone played and it pleased someone. Right? Like, it's not, it goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor chord and the major chord, and someone is composing something. Like, that's not a good lyric. And so I'm always suspicious whenever I find the word something. It's usually a placeholder, and then in a later draft of the song I'll correct it. So here I think it's maybe there's more still to learn. Maybe there's more still, or maybe there's still more. I don't know.
They seem so happy.
Maybe there's still more to learn. I think it's maybe there's still more to learn. And that specifically means we don't have it all figured out yet. I think I know who this group of people is, but I can't stereotype them just like I don't want them stereotyping people that I know, you know?
Burn, they seem so happy. Maybe there's still more to learn. Maybe there's still more to learn.
That's an example of a place where I could maybe afford to do less vibrato as well.
Maybe there's still more to learn. They were cheering.
Why isn't it dragging? Drag, please. Hello? There we go.
Maybe there's still more to learn.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe there's still more to
Shh. And quiet. It's classic. At the end of a bridge section, you bring it down, and then you bring it up for the final chorus, or you don't, depending on the vibe of the song. This is a down ending, for sure.
cheered. They seem so happy. Maybe the world isn't going to burn. They seem so happy. Maybe there's still more to learn. They were cheering. They were cheering.
I wanna come up with something that rhymes with not monsters at all. Andrew, you should sing it. I'll send you the piano track when I'm done, and you can record yourself.
They were cheering.
I want to say they were cheering something and something. Something and something and something. They were cheering not monsters at all, but people, all flesh and all blood. Not, they were cheering. Oh, wait a second. They were cheering, not building a wall, not shouting and not throwing mud.
They seem so happy.
You don't have to straight tone. I'm actually not a fan of a straight tone. It just makes it way easier to produce the audio in the way that is traditional today, which is very compressed and a slight pitch correction. But I'm obviously a huge fan of vibrato, and so I'm constantly battling with myself because there's that, divide between what is easy to make sound good on a digital audio workstation in the current style of audio production, and what is easy to make sound good vocally as a trained musical theater singer.
Happy, maybe the world isn't going to burn. They seem so happy. Maybe there's still more to learn.
I'm gonna use that same. I'm gonna use the same musical idea, that same collection of notes, that cluster.
Maybe there's still more to learn.
Ooh, I have to reset the tempo. Also, hi if you're just joining us. I'm writing a song based on my very complicated feelings about the way that this election shook out in the US. And specifically the fact that I think both sides of the aisle kind of villainize each other. And I've certainly been guilty of villainizing the side that I don't belong to. But tonight that side won, and they all seemed so happy. And I found myself feeling for the first time like a real sense of empathy and camaraderie with these people, because I like to see other people happy, and there were 64 million people who were so happy about the results. And that just like shattered my whole worldview as a person who's been very much in the, left liberal echo chamber and really believes the ideologies there, right? Like I really do believe that everyone should have rights and everyone should control their own bodies. I think that's like so easy to believe, and I can't believe how people don't believe that. But I saw all these people who have voted basically against that, but they were so happy and they seemed like people, and that left me feeling very conflicted. And when I have conflicted emotions, I write songs. So that's what I'm doing right now. Thank you for joining me, and say hello in the chat, by the way, if you're watching. I would love to chat with you.
Happy, maybe there's still more to learn.
Well, listen, Andrew, like I wish that was a joke. But like
maybe there's still more to learn.
Depending where you go and who you talk to and what they think the definition of human rights is, you know? I want something really crunchy and nasty for this last verse. I want to develop it so that it's similar or the same as what it was before, but just add a little, like a juicy bass note, like one of these. Totally, Andrew. Totally agree. Mm-hmm. They were. Ooh. Cheering. Mm-hmm. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that bass note is threatening, eh? It's like the bass note that is gonna kill you. This like when I think when you die, you hear this. Or no, it was this. Wait, there you go. I'm gonna leave that in there, just like very softly.
Maybe there's still more to learn.
Oh my god, I love Ghost Quartet. That's my favorite Dave Malloy.
Learn.
I've always found the best the best shows to perform are the shows that you don't remember performing when they're done. I had a few shows of when I did Million Dollar Quartet out in Vancouver. I had a few shows where I was like really sick. I got through the show somehow, but I got to the end and I was like, I don't even remember how I got through all of that. They were cheering, not monsters at all, but people of flesh and all blood. Flesh and all blood. Flesh and all blood. People all flesh and all blood. Maybe there's still more to learn. Going to burn. They seem so happy. Maybe there's still more to learn. The world isn't going to burn. They seem so happy. Maybe there's still more to learn. Still more to learn. They were cheering. They were cheering. Maybe there's still more to learn. They were cheering, not building a wall, not shouting and not throwing mud. They were cheering, not monsters at all, just people all flesh and all blood. Blood. People of flesh and all blood. People of flesh and all blood. Oops. People of flesh and all monsters at all, just people. Yeah, you can tell I grew up in the musical theater world because no matter what I do, the consonants won't leave my mouth. Blood and mud and tip of the tongue, the teeth, the lips. Shouting, not throwing mud. They were cheering, not monsters at all, just people of flesh and all blood. Just people of flesh and all blood. Blood. Alright, I'm getting a little creative with the harmony at the end here. I don't know if I
Not monsters at all, just people, all flesh and all blood.
I don't know if I can totally get behind it. Let me hear it again one more time. Wait. Hello?
Learn.
I actually like that. Yeah, that works. And here this can accelerate over the course of the bar. And then always a little dip in tempo right at the bar line. That's always really helpful. Like here. And then it can accelerate a little bit afterwards like that. Oops. What? What just happened? Oh, there we go. Spread out broken chords truly never get old. You're so right, Andrew. unless unless that was your sarcasm not coming through over text again. In which case I think you're at the wrong channel, because this is the channel where we appreciate broken chords spread out. They sound so good. I'm glad, Andrew. I'm glad. Yeah, JRB did really raise me musically. I cut my teeth learning how to play, Bridges of Madison County, the like. That whole thing. And that's all just broken chords. And then like yeah, I don't know how to play that. I need to learn how. Trying to just resolve everything I've set up musically here. Like here, I have that figure, which I've got throughout the whole song. But then I end it with, so I kind of take that figure that's been peppered in throughout the whole song and then just resolve it finally right here at the climax moment. And then because you mentioned Jason Robert Brown, let's do some classic Jason Robert Brown ending to this song. That's like something like that. Whoops. Thanks, Andrew. Thanks for being here. Yeah, you're making it a lot of fun. Here's yeah, exactly, anxiety passage, the building in all sorts of dissonant ways. And this is the Jason Robert Brown thing I'm gonna add. This is in threes. The right hand that I've written is in threes. This. 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. And so I'm gonna combine that with a left hand that's in two, and that's gonna be a 3/2 polyrhythm, and that's gonna be your Jason Robert Brown dose for the night. Boom ba boom ba boom ba boom ba. Ah, crap, I have to change the harmony though. What is the harmony that I came up with for that? Yeah, exactly, in the No One Else video. I also probably think it should decrescendo instead of crescendoing, but I can fix that in post. or it crescendos instead of D. But there's got to be some sort of dynamic change there. So I think maybe I'll do D crescendo. Maybe I'll do like that. Yeah. The velocity here that affects the dynamics of it. So I could do this. Yeah, and then it's building, building, building. When you're a kid and your mom abandons you in line at the grocery store. Yeah, that would have some like ascending stuff in it. That's awesome. What's wrong with the present, Andrew? What's wrong with the present? Okay, we're almost at the finish line here. And it is almost 7 a.m. for me, but that is okay. You didn't grow up reading music? Yeah, that does make it difficult. Like it's like any language. If you don't grow up around the alphabet, if you don't grow up with people who speak the language, it just gets ingrained in you differently. But that doesn't mean that you can't write music. And I think there's also a push right now in the theater industry especially to find creatives who aren't necessarily raised in the traditional kind of rigid structures of music theory. The conservatories and everything, those are great in some ways, but they also are very limiting in a lot of ways. And so there's a big push for outside the box, chaotic, zany, amazing creatives who maybe, yeah, they don't have the sheet music reading skill, but then they can hire a copyist to write out their sheet music for them, and it's all good. You know what I mean? Um, Oh my god, yeah, send me the demo. Oops. I recorded this on the left hand ear instead of the right hand ear. There we go. I am down to be perceived. That's such a good line. Yeah. You can go to my website. Has my contact info on it. You can send me a message there. Here, I'll put it in the chat. If you're just joining us, by the way, welcome. So I'm obviously having a bunch of complicated feelings about my candidate losing the election. And so I'm writing a song about it. And specifically, what I'm writing a song about is the fact that when I watched the acceptance speech, the victory speech of Trump, I was taken aback by the joy in that room. I was taken aback by how happy and relieved everybody was. There were just tears streaming down people's faces, crying tears of joy at something that I think might be one of the worst things to happen in history. And so it's so stunning to me how different people's perceptions of the same event can be. And so that's what I'm kind of writing it about, is like, who am I to say that my perception of this event is right? Who are they to say that their perception is right? But ultimately, I thought this was a disaster and they were cheering. So the song is called They Were Cheering. And this is what I have so far. They were cheering. That's what I don't understand. They were cheering, and something about it was grand. They were throwing around phrases like history, freedom, and triumph, and God. I thought it was odd. They were cheering, it made all his people so glad. They were cheering, I thought we all knew it was bad. Why does it keep doing this? It keeps stopping my loops, like it keeps joining regions automatically. This is really frustrating. I want to get to the bottom of why that's happening, because it's really annoying. It automatically joins all the regions in the entire track, and then that means it gets rid of the loops that I have, which is not fair. I don't like that. They were cheering. Here we go. It made all his people so glad. They were cheering. I thought we all knew it was bad. But then there he was standing, a man with his family, a man that my people call weird. And his people cheered. They seemed so happy, maybe the
going to burn. They seem so happy. Maybe there's still more to learn.
I have to record the vocals for this part still, but
maybe there's still more to learn. Maybe there's still more to learn. They were cheering, not building a wall, not shouting and not throwing mud. They were cheering, not monsters at all, just people, all flesh and all. Just people, all. Just people. They were cheering. I can do that better. They were on pitch, please. Maybe there's still more to They were cheering. They were cheering. I'm gonna listen to it, Andrew. I'm 100% gonna listen to it, and I'll send you a message afterwards. They were cheering. Thank you for sending it to me. I'm so excited. Still more to learn. Also, welcome Chloe. Hi, Chloe. How you doing? They were cheering. Chloe is what did people say? An IRL. That's what Chloe is. Maybe there's still more to learn. They were cheering. Not learn. They were cheering. Not building a wall, not shouting and not throwing mud. They were cheering, not monsters at all, just people, all flesh and all blood. They were cheering, just like I would have done, like any people. They were cheering, just like I would have done. Blood. They were I think that's what streamers say. All blood, all just people, all flesh and all blood. People, all flesh and all blood. They were cheering, just like I would have done, like any people. Like any people whose side had won. Just like I would have done, like any people. people like and like like any people who sighed, just like I would have done, like any people.
Are they legally required, man? All these new laws.
Just like I would have done, like any people, like any people who sighed had won. Like any people, like any people who sighed had won. People who sighed had won. Had won.
That's how I feel in 2 bars of music right now.
People who sighed had won. Had won.
I'm trying to just make the most dissonant thing I can possibly make.
had won.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Chloe. There we go. I think that's the ending. All right. Let's give it a listen.
They were cheering, that's what I don't understand. They were cheering, and something about it was grand. They were throwing around phrases like history, freedom and triumph and God. I thought it was odd. They were cheering, it made all his people so glad. They were cheering, I thought we all knew it was bad. But then there he was standing, a man with his family, a man that my people call weird. And his people cheered. They seem so happy, maybe the world isn't going to burn. They seem so happy, maybe there's still more to learn. They were cheering, not building a wall, not shouting and not throwing mud. They were cheering, not monsters at all, just people, all flesh and all blood. They were cheering, just like I would have done, like any people, like any people whose side had won.
Yeah, I think that more or less sums up how I feel about it, to be honest. Um, Thank you for being here. I'm going to export this and it'll be available to listen over at Patreon if you want to check that out. Um, and, and Andrew, I'll get your email from if you submitted to through my website. I can get it to you, the piano, so that you can sing it as well. All right. Thank you all for being here. We are never going to stop making art, no matter who's in the White House, no matter if we live in a dictatorship. We are going to keep making art. I'm going to bed. Good night.